Hello, amazing artists. We are going to make Frankencrayons today. So I have two different examples of some Frankencrayons that me and Miss Lukey made. And as you can see, they are very long and very silly. And I'm going to show you how to make those right now. The first thing you're going to need is the top of your crayon, which is this little short paper right here. And I have some crayon tracers that look like this. And you're gonna trace your top of your crayon right onto your paper. And you're gonna cut it out. And then you're gonna get the first part of your paper wrapper. Put that off to the side, somebody else can use that. And then you're gonna get the first part of your paper wrapper. And you wanna pick the same color as your top. So I picked a blue to go with my blue. Now I can glue it on just like that because maybe the top of my crayon is nice and new and a nice straight edge. Or if I want to make it more Frankencrayon-y, I can very carefully tear it out like that, and then it just looks just a little bit more Frankencrayon-y. So I'm going to glue that down onto my crayon. I'm going to overlap my pieces just like that. And then down towards the bottom, maybe about halfway, kind of depends on what I want, I'm gonna tear another line. So it looks like a piece of a broken crayon. And this can go in the middle of my table. Somebody else can use it if they want to. And then I'm gonna pick my next color for my Frankencrayon. So I think I'm gonna pick purple. And I'm gonna glue it like that. And I want to glue it kind of tilted off to the side because I want to make it look like these two pieces have just kind of been shoved on top of each other, kind of crammed together. All right, just like that. So when you look at the whole thing, it looks like my top is kind of tilting over. And then I'm going to pick another color. I'm thinking green for this one. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to tear it carefully, and then I'm going to tear it in about the middle. All right, and I'm going to glue that, and I'm going to tilt it just like I did with my other one, just a little bit, so it looks like they're kind of crammed together. Just like that. All right, so that's the body of my Frankencrayon. You're also gonna get one little white piece of paper and 4 black pieces of paper. 2 of your black pieces of paper are gonna be for this part. You know how crayons have this like decorative piece right here? So you're gonna need 2 pieces of paper to do that. And all you have to do for that is cut a wavy line through the middle of it. All right, and then I'm going to glue it down to my page. And you gotta make sure when you're gluing that you put the glue on the right side so that the wavy lines meet up. Now, on mine, that I made the other day, I actually forgot to do that. And I just made it work, and I actually think it looks okay. So you are going to do that twice. You're gonna do the same thing on the second strip. You're going to cut your wavy line and glue it down close to the bottom. If you want them to be exactly the same, you just want to put them together and cut your wavy line one time, and then your wavy lines will be exactly the same, but that's not necessary. All right, now I've got 2 black pieces left. On one of my black pieces, I'm gonna draw an oval. This is for that part that says Crayola on it. You don't need to write Crayola on it or anything. We're just gonna make an oval. And notice I drew on that one. So I'm gonna make sure that I put my glue on the side that I drew on so that nobody can see that pencil mark, because it just doesn't look very good. And you can do it just like this if you want to. Or if you want to make it more Frankencrayon-y, you can cut it so that part of it is on one piece of tape and part of it is on the other piece of tape. Piece of crayon. Let's see. I think I'm gonna do this guy, and notice I'm like tucking it up under the other fragment. All right, so I'm gonna do that there. And I'm gonna do this one. I think I'm gonna do it right here. But because I have a torn edge right there, I'm actually gonna tear it. Probably should have done that before I glued, but here we are. All right, so you can see I've got my two pieces of oval, so it looks like the Crayola label, but they're in different spots. So again, you can do it that way if you want to. Now, your last piece. This is for your details, like your hands, your bolts, your eyebrows, your hair. Maybe you want to do a mouth. That's up to you. All right? And you've got your white paper. That's for your eyes and your teeth. I'm actually going to do my white paper first. Now, you saw, you can do your eyes any kind of way you want to. All right? We've got this one that's got these pointy eyes. We've got this one that's got some more derpy oval eyes. However you want to do it, but I recommend folding it so that when you cut them out, they end up the same way. But I didn't fold it all the way over because I want to leave some for my teeth. All right. So now I've got two eyes that are the same, and if I had drawn on that, I would make sure I flip it over so that I can't see the pencil mark. But I didn't do that, so it doesn't matter. My teeth. Well, I'm gonna cut my teeth out. And then I'm gonna cut my teeth out. So you can see on these guys, you can draw a mouth, make a mouth, and put a tooth, or you can tuck the teeth up under the paper so that this acts as the mouth. Either way you want, doesn't matter to me. But I know that I want to have some sharp teeth for this one. So I'm gonna cut some triangles for my sharp teeth, and I'm gonna set them off to the side. I have decided I want to give him a mouth, or her, maybe she's a girl, Frankenstein. All right, so I'm gonna cut out the hair and I'm gonna cut out a mouth. All right, so for my hair, there's my hair, and notice I didn't make it very big because I'm gonna attach it to the top of my crayon, which is pretty small. All right, and then I'm gonna cut out my mouth. All right, so there is my smiley face, and I'm gonna attach my fangy teeth to it, and I'm gonna tuck it up under the mouth. It on there because that won't look amazing. I'm gonna tuck it under my black. All right, now pretty much the rest of the stuff I want to do, I'm gonna cut out two of, so I'm gonna take the rest of this, I'm gonna fold it in half, and I'm gonna cut out pupils, hands, feet, maybe some scars, some bolts, that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna draw all that because that's a lot. Be careful when you are drawing and cutting your things that you fold it in half in a way that definitely has something on the other side. So when you cut it out, you will have two of the thing. Also, be careful with this scar because it's really hard to cut out really super teeny tiny details. So make what you're making a good size for you to cut out. If it's too hard for you to draw, it's probably too hard to cut out. So keep that in mind. I'm going to attach my eyebrows, which are not the same, and that's okay. And my pupils. And I don't know why, but I always feel like a split pupil is just a little bit more sinister. So I'm actually going to take this one and I'm going to cut it in half. And I'm going to glue down the pieces. It'll get off my finger. Like this. Oh yeah, that just makes it look so cool. Okay, and then head was bolted to its body. All right, so I'm gonna put my bolts kind of on the neck. Do crayons have necks? They sure don't. So I've decided that that's right here. All right, there's my bolts. And then my hand. I'm gonna glue it. So he's like, brains. No, wait. That's not a Frankencrayon, that's a zombie. All right, and then I'm gonna go all the way down to my feet. And I'm gonna put the thing on the front and I'm gonna tuck my foot behind my crayon wrapper, just like that. All right, and then get a Sharpie and sign your name at the bottom. All right, and there is my super ferocious, super scary Frankencrayon. Oh, I forgot my scar. Oh, and my other Frankencrayon things. I'm not done, just kidding. All right, here's a scar. So scary. All right, here's some other Frankencrayon things if you don't want to do a scar. How would you attach a tape to other pieces of tape? Probably with tape. So if you want to, you don't have to, but if you want to add as a finishing touch at the very end, some tape to tape parts of your crayon together. Maybe you're taping an arm on. I need a smaller piece for my arm. My arm's pretty tiny. There. Looks so cool. And he looks like he's been taped together because that's what you would do with a Frankencrayon. All right, look at your teacher. She'll give you more instructions.